Hey Clay County, we are on the campus of Ridgeview High School for this month's Clay County Student Athlete of the Month presented by the Northeast Florida Builders Association. I'm here with senior Blake Pooh of the Ridgeview Panthers. He is this month's Student Athlete of the Month. Blake, we have a lot to talk about, from your academics to your athletics and your community involvement, but first let's talk about your academics. Oh my goodness, 4.5294 grade point average, and listen to this list. You're a four-time Science Fair District Qualifier. You're an AP Scholar with distinction. You're pursuing your IB diploma. You're the previous president of the debate team. You're in the Spanish and Science Honor Societies. You've also been in the National Technical Honor Society. You're a member of the National Honor Society. You were also in FBLA. You're a national qualifier and a state placer. Wow, you're totally involved in a lot of things. This is your senior year here at Ridgeview. What kind of classes are you taking this year?
So a lot of my classes are already locked in or regimented through the IB diploma. So I'm taking IB English, IB History, IB Economics, and IB Spanish. But the other two classes I'm taking this year are AP classes. It's AP Physics C and AP Calculus AB. And I picked those classes specifically because I wanted to pursue an engineering major in college.
Any class that has some letters behind it means it's really, really tough. So talk about the IB program in terms of how rigorous academically it is compared to maybe just a regular class schedule for a high school student.
Yeah, so definitely one big thing about IB is there's no multiple choice questions. It definitely encourages you to use your critical thinking skills. But the hardest parts about the IB diploma are not what you're doing in the classroom necessarily, although that is challenging. It's actually what you do outside of the classroom. I mean, every class has an internal assessment that has a 2,000 word essay attached to it, as well as an extended essay, which is 4,000 words that's a requirement for your IB diploma, and then 240 CAS hours. So it's very intensive, but it's supposed to curve you into being a more critical, global-oriented thinker, and I think I've really broadened my perspectives through this program.
Awesome, that's fantastic. Being in high-level classes, we have some outstanding teachers here in Clay County. Who are some teachers that you think were instrumental in your success through your time here at Ridgeview?
Oh, definitely my AP History teacher, Mr. Smith. I mean, he's just he's a history legend, man. He's hilarious. He really keeps students engaged. Mr. Clark, sometimes I don't do too well on his tests, but it's a tough class, and he's great at he's a genius at mathematics. Senora Correa, there's just so many teachers. Mrs. Randall does it all as the IB coordinator and our English teacher.
Awesome.
She's phenomenal.
That's great. That's awesome to hear their impact on your career so far. So, You mentioned engineering, that was one of your plans. So when you graduate, what's next for you academically?
So yes, I'm currently my declared major for Florida State is mechanical engineering. I've thought about pursuing a minor in Chinese, but after getting my bachelor's, I want to pursue law school.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Yes, sir.
So what's the end goal? If you were to say right now, hey, what's going to happen in 20 years? What do you want to do?
Yeah, that's really uncertain. I think I'm gonna pursue the best opportunities that make the most financial sense for me.
Hey, there you go.
My brother he's an engineer currently, so
Okay.
That's kind of where my interest in engineering. And he says he pays a construction lawyer specifically $30K to look at some contracts. So I feel like if I could just help my family business in that way, that would be great for me, I think.
Awesome, outstanding. Well, you've had an outstanding academic career thus far at Ridgeview, but the most impressive thing is your ability to balance that with athletics and activities and other community involvement. So let's go talk about your athletic career.
Yes, sir. All right.
We're back with the Clay County Student Athlete of the Month presented by the Northeast Florida Builders Association, Blake Pooh of Ridgeview High School. Blake, we talked about your academic career, unbelievable 4.5 GPA in the IB program here. Well, also you've been very active in athletics here at Ridgeview High School in your 4 years. You're a two-time all-county athlete for wrestling and cheerleading. You've been on the varsity cheer team here competitively from your sophomore to your senior year. On JV, you guys won a national championship, which is really cool to be a part of. You're a FHSAA state placer, a 2 times UCA national placer. You've also been been on the wrestling team as a freshman and a junior, where you were a 2-time district placer, and then also a state qualifier for 2 times. You're also the Athletic Leadership Council president, which is also very important. Let's talk a little bit about your career. So talk about cheerleading. I think that male cheerleaders is something that has become in this generation is a big thing. A lot of our programs have a lot of guys that participate on the cheerleading team, and there's a lot of scholarship opportunities. Talk about what it's like to be on the cheer team.
Yeah, so I've just been fortunate to be in a really good environment, both at Ridgeview High School. I mean, Coach Stutz, when I joined, I was probably like the least talented cheerleader ever. I remember my first stunt being like one that went horribly wrong and blew up in my face. But I've had a wonderful group of people, teammates, and coaches to support me, and just in this county generally, cheerleaders are a community. We all go to the same open gyms, and I've just had so many people that I've been so fortunate to be around people that are willing to help me from all sorts of counties, all sorts of schools and counties and everywhere.
Yeah. So talk about how important cheerleading is, just in terms of not just the comp side, but for the school spirit, whether it's football games or pep rallies or those types of things.
Yeah. So on the sideline, it's cheerleaders kind of mark the tone. If the cheerleaders kind of go quiet, it definitely detracts from the spirit. That's why the college games are so different from national NFL games. It's the spirit, the synthesis of the band and the cheerleading squad. It definitely makes a difference for the game day atmosphere.
Yeah, no doubt. And you guys have a great one here at Ridgeview with the band and the cheerleaders. It's all choreographed together. Talk a little bit about the Athletic Leadership Council, and you're the president, so that's a very important position. How does the Athletic Leadership Council impact the environment here at Ridgeview?
It's just a good. It's a good environment for the athletes of the school to kind of get together and be able to recognize each other's achievements. It's also as well as coordinate some pretty cool events. One of the kind of big full circle events was when we all helped out with the elementary school track competition. Because I remember when I was in track, I didn't have a very illustrious track career, unfortunately, but it was kind of full circle, because that was my first school athletic event as well. I'm sure it's for a lot of people probably that was their full school athletic event too, and to be there and help out and see these upcoming kids, that was kind of made me feel a certain way.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and that's cool that you participated in that event in a Clay County elementary school, and now here you are, on your way to graduation and great things after Ridgeview, and you're giving back to those younger student athletes here in Clay County. That's great. So, unbelievable academics, awesome athletic career. Let me finish with this with athletics. When you're in a sport, your coach is so important. Who are some coaches you want to thank for here at Ridgeview?
At Ridgeview, there's so many. Coach Stutz, obviously, she took a chance on me. I wouldn't have taken a chance on me, but she, that's why she's a coach. I guess, sees these things. Coach Anderson, Coach Schillinger, Coach Holman, all these cheer coaches I've had, and Coach Steve Enman too on the wrestling team. Coach Steve has just a wonderful way with wrestlers, and it's only been his second year, but I can already tell he's made a visible impact on our athletics and these athletes' lives, and I just can't wait to see where that goes.
Awesome. Well, fantastic. Well, like I said, academics, athletics, you got it all. You're also very involved in the community here in Orange Park, so let's go talk about that. We're back with the Clay County Student Athlete of the Month, Blake Pooh of Ridgeview High School, presented by the Northeast Florida Builders Association. All right, Blake, let's bring this in for a landing. Unbelievable academic career, awesome athletic career here at Ridgeview, and now you're a senior. You've also been very involved in the community. You volunteered at the Clay County Habitat Humanity Restore your senior year. You're active in cheerleading camps to grow your community involvement in the sport. You've worked with the Ronald McDonald House. You've volunteered at the elementary track meet and multiple campus cleanups. How important to you is community service?
Your classroom education is only half of it. Getting involved in the community, knowing where you are, and the people around you, that's so much more. And I've just been so fortunate to have these wonderful, not only not only is it service, it's like an educational experience for me.
No doubt. I mean, and talk about this, as student athletes, you get put on platforms in a good way. People are watching what you're doing. They're watching what you're doing in the classroom, watching what you're doing on social media, watching what you're doing in the community. Talk about how it's such a great opportunity as a student athlete to use that platform for good.
Yeah, well, to know that because I'm an athlete, especially like I remember looking up to student athletes when I was younger, even just a freshman, looking up to my older peers, and knowing that I can have that effect and use it to something good, and use it for something good and to further, people like kind of provide an example. That means a lot on me, and it changes the way I act in a way.
No doubt. Awesome. Well, that's fantastic. So, Blake, congratulations. You're for your academics, your athletics, and your community involvement. Let's make it official. All right, Blake, let's make it official. You are the Clay County Student Athlete of the Month presented by the Northeast Florida Builders Association. And for that, we have some awesome goodies for you. First, from our partners at the Jacksonville Icemen, you get 2 tickets to an Icemen's home game, courtesy of the Jacksonville Icemen, so congratulations. Also, from our partners at BSN Sports, you get this quarter zip jacket presented by BSN. We appreciate their partnership. Also with us today, we have the athletic director here at Ridgeview High School, Ms. Amy Stutz, and we appreciate all of her hard work for the student athletes here at Ridgeview. But most of all, Blake, you're an outstanding mentor. You're an outstanding example of what it means to be a student athlete, and you are officially the Clay County Student Athlete of the Month. Congratulations.
Thank you.